KROQ, Klein Alley Show. At some point, as a kid, you probably heard the phrase or some variety of this phrase. Well, under my roof, it's my rules. You don't like it, move out. But you're like, I'm 7, so I don't really have a choice. I just have to sit here and live by your rules. And maybe there were things you couldn't do as a kid because every household has kind of different rules. Now,
and you had very strict rules.
About certain things, yeah. Like for me, it was, I think the reason I'm still obsessed with like sugary cereals now as an adult, you know, I'll still go buy Lucky Charms at the store, and anytime they do like a hybrid Lucky Charms Frosted Flakes, I'm like, gotta buy it, is because when I was a kid, I never got any of the good cereals. Never, ever never in my house was any good cereal. The best cereal we ever got was like Total.
Oh, that's
trash.
so sad.
I mean, that was like a special occasion. They'd break out the box of Total.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Total special?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it was nothing good ever. And still to this day, like I said to my mom, like,
what were you thinking?
Yeah, like, I have friends that, like, I feel like are living a happier life now because every once in a while they got a Cookie Crisp or they got Fruit Loops or Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And you guys would, like, occasionally, like, if we were on a vacation at a random place, they'd be like, well, we're going to get you, like, Cheerios. Regular. And I was like,
not even Honey Nut?
Not even Honey Nut. None of the good.
God.
Dude, it was like, telling you, for whatever reason, that's where they like crack the whip.
Well, and I think that it makes you want it even more because when I was younger, my mom didn't really deprive us of anything. She let us drink around her. She would help us throw parties. There was a lot that she would give us. When we were away for Coachella weekend, I came back and my mom had bought all kinds of sugary cereals. She had Cinnamon Toast Crunch in front of him, and he's 2. I'm like, he doesn't need all this. But that's what she was doing. She had donuts. I mean, she got all kinds of crap.
I never got. But
it's because then you grow up and you don't feel the need to have it because you had it all the time.
Right. And me, on the other hand, I'm like, every time I go to the store, I kind of have a moment where even if I'm not going to do it, I'm like, I'm going to buy this out of like spite. I'm buying a box of Lucky Charms out of spite, and I'm going to eat it in my car in the parking lot.
I'm going to eat it all.
And I'll yummy. And I'll show her who's winning in life.
There was only one thing growing up for me that I was never allowed to, but at the time I didn't know because I wasn't buying the food, is that my mom on purpose would never buy a cheeseburger or hamburger from, Burger King, Jack in the Box, any of those. I'd always be the chicken guy or the fish guy. That's why I'm a huge fan of their Chick-fil-A, but now, fish fillet, but now I'm like a huge hamburgers are one of my favorite foods.
Oh, she would never let you even get a burger. Never a burger.
No burgers, not till forever. She still doesn't, but yeah.
It's weird. Postmaster Johnny was all excited yesterday because after the show, he was going to watch the original Spider-Man in movie theaters, because I guess it was back at AMC. They're bringing back all these classics. And he says he remembers when he was a kid, he really wanted to see the Spider-Man. This was like I think the first one with Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, right, Johnny?
Yeah, this is the 2002 OG Spider-Man. This bad boy right here.
And he's holding up a poster.
Yeah, that works on radio. Great.
That's great.
This bad boy
right here.
right
It's for the YouTube people. These are for my online peeps.
Okay, so he's holding up something to accommodate 11 people that are watching on YouTube. Anyway.
And when it came out, you were how old?
I was only 4 years old in 2002 when it came out, so you can't take a kid to a movie like that.
Right.
What's it rated?
It was rated PG-13 at the time. But
you're fine, dude.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Some people, depending on the house, that's what the crazy part is. Like, rules are different house to house. Some houses go, I don't care, whatever. Anything under R, you can go see. I don't care if you're 4.
Totally.
And some parents are like, you're not 13 yet. Can't see PG-13.
Wait, but
Johnny
like, knowing Johnny, he is a bit of a weirdo, Things kind of get to him really easy. So I think maybe his mom was doing the best thing and kind of like, treating him with kid gloves as he was a kid.
No, I was only really attracted to like seeing the action scenes and stuff. And in this kind of like adult movie, there's so much dialogue scenes. It's like, bro, I just want to see them smash and just beat each other up and stuff,
Right.
You
no.
said that
you
to
now,
yourself at you were 4?
Or was that when you were 4 you said that?
When did you make
not
this argument?
Smash, but like,
to your mom at 4?
Duke it out and like, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to see the characters fight. I didn't want to sit there and watch them talk about like
right. And now that you know some words, not all of them, but some of the words, you wanted to watch.
I understand a lot of the words.
You want to
now
watch
I'm
the dialogue.
This makes sense
so
now.
Johnny was yesterday. He was all excited because I'm going to the 7 p.m. showing of the original Spider-Man. He's like, Tobey Maguire is my Spider-Man from my generation. And he was all excited
Really?
about. Oh yeah, he was all proud. Like that's his Spider-Man, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Johnny?
Yeah, Andrew Garfield's kind of dope, whatever, but it's kind of like, that one sucked.
He's not.
How'd you like the movie?
The movie was badass. It was even better than when I saw it when I was like 4 years old or 5 years old.
So you did see it.
Wait, what is happening?
I don't know.
He never saw it in theaters.
I never saw it in theaters, but like
Oh.
when it came out on VHS, like that's like a year later. Then
He
you were able to
rewatched
see
a
it.
movie in a movie theater.
Oh, that's not. That's not at all what we're
that's
talking
not
about.
the same thing at all.
But 562 said I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons, and there are a lot of people who weren't allowed to watch The Simpsons. Katie wasn't allowed to, and she doesn't know any of the Simpsons references that I make.
Yeah, because she never was not allowed to watch it. It's such a strange thing when parents are like, "This is now a rule," and sometimes
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's any reason behind it.
My parents were so not like into my life, they didn't care. They're like, "Oh, it's a cartoon, it's fine." They didn't know what it was.
Leslie, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, so you know there's that rock shop in Knott's Berry Farm, right? And they'll cut your own geodes.
Oh yeah, you can cut into a rock and you can go with it. Right.
Yeah, my parents would never let me get one, so now I get one every time I go.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like you.
Why would they not let you have a geode? It's like this.
I don't. They wouldn't let me buy a rock.
Yeah, I think it's probably like it was like a cheap. It was
You
like.
can't have one of the gay geodes. Move on.
Yeah, I think it was probably one of those things where you're like, look, kids want everything at every gift shop, and
And they're
eventually,
so fun.
Yeah, but eventually you're just like, we're shutting it down. Like I don't. Anytime I take my kids to any sort of museum, whatever, all they want to do is go to the. I get it because when I was a kid, that's all I want to do is go to
They
the
just
gift
want
shop.
the stuffed animals.
They just want,
and
they want that, and you go like, you're at the zoo all day. They're like, it didn't count if I don't get to leave with a giant stuffed lemur. You're like, whatever. It's the stupidest thing. So now, as an adult, so how many geos have you purchased for yourself as an adult now?
Probably 7 or 8.
Oh my god.
I'm just going to go broke making up for
Just
it.
And they're
like,
expensive, right, Klein? Didn't you buy one for Jake?
Well, Jake, I don't know what I had to buy Jake when I lost that bet, but it was a $128 rock or
my
something,
God.
some stupid thing plus shipping.
My mom let me have all the foods I want, but she did have a thing about timing before dinner. If she was making dinner and she was in the kitchen and any of us walked in to just get a little like a ho-ho or a snack, it'd be like, no, get out of here. You're going to spoil your appetite. And that's something that I do now to make up for it. I'm like, I can have my own food whenever I want, and if I'm spoiling my dinner, I'm spoiling my dinner, God damn it.
But don't you have that moment where, like, when you take a bite of something, you feel like, aha, I know there was a rule here at some point,
I'm like,
and
but
now
I'm going to eat this cheese.
I'm going to bite into this brick of cheese anyway. Melissa, what were you not allowed to do as a kid that you do not do as an adult?
Hey guys, sweet dibs.
Sweet dibs.
I wasn't allowed to watch Friends because my mom thought it had too many sex jokes.
That's so funny because it did have sex jokes, but I feel like I watched that when I was young and I just didn't get the references. So
Yeah,
what does it matter?
Now that I've seen it, it's all sexual innuendos that I wouldn't have understood anyway. But
Right. But it's funny because
right.
when you know it's a show you're not allowed to watch, you're like, the second I'm out of this house, I'm just watching all the Friends episodes back to back.
But I feel like that's every show. Like even Golden Girls was so many sexual references, and like that was all grandmas and their grandkids watching them together.
Turns out all TV writers are just repressed perverts.
They're all pervs.
Mike, what is it that you were not allowed to do that now you have gotten sweet revenge on your parents by exploiting as an adult?
My parents would not allow me to have Go-Gurt growing up because they thought I would choke on the wrapper. And so now I go nuts and buy them it's kind of like you, Klein. I'll stop off at the grocery store and just pound like 6 of them before I get home and say, show you, Mom.
Yeah, but now you're an adult eating Go-Gurt in your car,
Which is sad.
Which is kind of it's like a different level of sad.
It's also sad that your parents didn't trust you to not choke on a wrapper.
Yeah. So there was other issues
We
there.
know our son.
Scott on KROQ, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Hey, so my mom was kind of weird. She bought me American Pie, the movie, when it came out on VHS when I was 11. But for some reason, she wouldn't allow me to play the Nintendo 64 on the living room TV because it'll mess it up.
She thought playing the video game on the family TV would mess up the TV.
Yeah, my mom had some sort of weird superstition like that too. We weren't allowed to play the Nintendo on the main TV.
Yeah,
Why? Why would it ruin
I
the
don't know.
TV?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I feel like my parents also similarly. We weren't even allowed to have a video
I
game
feel like that's
system.
just something you make up because
No,
you don't
actually, if you leave it on pause, it can burn the image inside.
Oh,
the
like
TV.
in the older TVs, they could burn in. So next thing you're trying to like do anything, it's just getting
okay.
Excitebike over and over again. Just trying to watch it. That's pretty fun. So now do you play a lot of video games, Scott? As a real FU to mom?
Pretty much all I do is play in the living room, and I'm like, Screw you, Mom.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where like they were, I guess, technically trying to look out for us or protect us, but now we've developed this like, I'll show you.
On Instagram, this person said that they now turn on the overhead light in their car while driving.
Just as like a
Just like as an F you, Mom.
Christina on KROQ. We'll give you the final word.
Hi there.
Hi.
Sweet tips.
Sweet tips.
I had really pretty long hair when I was a little girl, so I wasn't allowed to chew gum.
Oh, wow.
That was the deal your mom made. If you want to have long hair, no gum.
Yeah, because I'd get it stuck in it.
Yeah.
Did that happen regularly, or she was just afraid of that happening?
You know, it kind of screwed up because now my son, Scout, totally gets gum stuck in his hair like once a week.
Yeah,
Once a week? That's so
Is Scout
often.
special?
Yeah,
What the hell's happening with Scout?
Scout
He's choking on the Go-Gurt wrappers, too.
Klein Alley Show. KROQ.